forecasted markets, at least in the US, that are projected to at least outperform the projections or the current market conditions. So very interesting markets. Remind us where in North Carolina you're in?
I'm in Raleigh, which is, according to a lot of stats, it's in the top five in terms of growth and expected growth going into the next few
Well,
years.
not top five. You're top two. So Raleigh is at number two.
Who's number
And
one?
so
Nashville,
Rally's number two when it
Seattle.
comes to being top 10 market to outperform in
Mm,
2023. So if you guys are looking to invest in all that, talk to Clay. He's actually right there.
that's right.
Go see him. He'll help you out. So what were your other guesses for number one?
I'm guessing Seattle or Denver or Nashville.
Seattle, Denver, and Nashville. So
Oh
none
boy,
of those
John's
in
going way
top.
down the list.
So those are not anywhere near in top 10.
Oh
All of
man.
those that you forecasted. So closer to you, Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Marietta, Georgia.
Mm,
That whole region is projected to be the top kind of market to outperform in 2023. Looking at the historical appreciation, home sales, home inventory, all of that great stuff. That's how they came up with that ranking for number one and now number two. Um, Very interesting. That
hmm.
I would not have guessed kind of the Georgia region to the number one. North Carolina for sure. Raleigh is very it's expected. I think you guys have been very stable. You guys have you didn't go crazy overboard like Austin, Salt Lake, and South Florida.
Yeah, it's been relatively. We've been named, I don't know, top place to live, one of the top places to live for the last 5 years. So it's just more and more people are coming every day. Um, we're about to have way too much traffic. Probably we've got to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been pretty steady. It hasn't been explosive, but yeah, a lot of people coming. A lot of tech is coming. I mean, I equate it to Austin of 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of tech is coming this way, and so like Austin, will eventually have a bunch of traffic.
Mm, that's great. So I'll just talk a little bit further about the other top 10. Unfortunately, no South Florida in the top 10,
Oh man.
but the North Florida, Jacksonville, is number eight.
Hmm.
So that's been kind of the
You
surprising
know that
area.
Jacksonville is the largest city by square mileage in the country?
I've heard something to that extent, like landmass or whatever
Yeah.
the territory. It's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a great statistic. The South Carolinas dominate the middle section with like five and six.
What, Charleston?
Charleston and Greenville,
Oh
Anderson,
man,
Malden.
Greenville. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, those are the, my South Carolina people aren't going to like me, but those are the only two places in South Carolina I'd want to live.
You wouldn't.
I would. Those are the
You
only
would.
two. Those are the only two places in South Carolina I'd want to live. Charleston's on the
Really?
coast, beautiful. I mean, it's incredible. And then Greenville is like this little oasis on the western side of the state. Lot of tech coming there, and they got a really cool downtown. So that's a really cool spot.
Interesting. Wow. I've been to Charleston, but it's beautiful city. Seemed like a lot of old money there.
There is a lot of old money, but it's starting to expand. I mean, just like everywhere, but all the neighboring communities and areas are starting to get that similar Charleston feel, and then also have their own little culture environment, kind of vibe.
Mhm.
So it's a really neat area. So I'm not surprised to hear it's on the list.
I like that. I'll let you guess the number three, and we can move on from this slide.
Number three. Okay, so we got some random ones. Um, I will say,
Think.
is there somewhere in
Don't
the
think
southeast?
coast. Don't think coasts. Um,
Somewhere in
think
Arizona was another thought.
close to that. Yeah. So Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Texas
Hmm.
area. Kind of they're ranking that as number three to outperform 2023 based on what they've seen.
Interesting.
This all of this research, they compare a lot that to Austin and Salt Lake, which have
Hmm.
seen like the craziest increases and the most price declines in the past several months.
Hmm. Yep. I could see that. Interesting, man. Well, I feel lucky to have been raised in Raleigh and stayed here because if it's on the list, that seems like a good thing.
Yeah.
Complete luck.
Yes, number two. Number two.